Hey everybody, this is Jim Guzanzio from the Oracle Groundbreakers team in Hyderabad, India, and we are heading into the afternoon sessions here at the Sangam 19 conference, and I'm here with Satyendra. Satyendra, welcome.
Thanks, Jim. Welcome to Sangam and welcome to Hyderabad.
Thank you very much. It's been quite a whirlwind the last few days here. But you and I were talking off camera a little bit about you're doing a talk later on today about migrating to the cloud, and also I think more interesting for me is that you were one of the founders to this user group. So let's talk about both of these issues, really interesting. So let's start off with migrating to the cloud. What are you talking about?
So my topic is around aligning your database strategy on Oracle Cloud. So predominantly what happens is there are a lot many options what Oracle provides on the cloud. So for any DBA, looking at their infrastructure, what exactly the database is running. So this talk will help to give them the big picture, how to approach what needs to be selected on the Oracle Cloud from a security angle, from a performance angle, manageability angle, all those things will be covered in the topic.
So what types of, what are so out of all the issues you just mentioned, what are the top 2 or 3 things that are the most serious things that you need to consider?
So when you talk about a DBA migrating to the cloud, he has to think global. When I say it's a big picture, because one has to look at the network, one has to look at the security, one has to look at the applications, downtime, high availability, all those things matters. After that, then you talk about what version to version, how we are migrating into the cloud, what needs to be taken care. Plus, there are a lot many options Oracle provides on DBCS, starting with VM and bare metal, then the XSES, then comes the autonomous database. So how the entire holistic migration strategy, one has to talk about what tooling, for example, the zero downtime migration, ZDM is the tool Oracle is providing free of cost for you to migrate from on-premise to the cloud with a minimal downtime. So those are some of the things one DBA has to know, because I believe that a DBA has to learn a little bit of security, a little bit of network, a little bit of cloud to be called as a cloud DBA. And that's where gone are the days where people are like, okay, I'm a DBA, I only focused on one things. I'm a network administrator, will take care of some things. Storage administrator takes care of some things. So with the cloud, what is happening is people have to break their barriers and then learn. And it should be a cloud DBA or a cloud admin. People have to get into the new roles, and that's where the success for the existing skill set will be on the cloud.
So in terms of migrating to the cloud, oftentimes, previously I've heard there's a lot of apprehension about this, right? But at this conference, I'm hearing that less and less. More and more people are basically moving, essentially, and there's less apprehension. Is that just because the tools are better or the skills are better?
So definitely the cloud adoption is increased from the last maybe a decade when our competitors have started, but we have been very strong now. But the only thing here is why it is increasing is because of availability of the local regions being announced by Oracle. So because most of the data residency issues, when you see, people don't want to keep their data away from their country. So that's where we had recently started the Mumbai region, and where the customers in India, we wanted to migrate to the cloud now because they have a local region within their country boundary limits. So that's one thing. Plus, there were apprehensions about on the security side of it and all those things. Now, with the knowledge spreading across, with the customers who are successful migrating, and the CIOs have an objective to get their cloud strategy right. So that's where all these things are helping them to adopt the cloud, and that's where we see that it has increased a lot.
Interesting. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit here and talk about community. You told me earlier, actually we exchanged email earlier, and you said that you were one of the original founders of this group. So let's talk some history here. How did this group happen?
So I started my career in 1999, and when I excelled in my career, I got a lot of knowledge from the user groups in West, which is US, like NYOUG, IOUG, and then UK OUG. They were very popular. Then we used to download some PPTs or listen to those videos that time, and I learned a lot of it. So I got an idea saying that in India, being a vast technology or a country, why don't we start a user group in India? So I approached Oracle saying that I wanted to start a user group, let me know the process about it. Same time, we had one of our founders Murli Wallath, he also wrote an email to Oracle saying that he's also planning. That time he was in US, but he wants to come to India and then start something, the all-in user group. So Oracle has connected us both. Then we said, oh, it's good. It's a teamwork. It's not an individual effort. It's a teamwork. So let us bring people together. Then we found the like-minded people. Sai joined us. We have many people joined us, but all along the journey, it's a great. The only motive behind all of us to start this is serve the Oracle community within the India, from a user's point of view. But other thing also, so we started All India Oracle Users Group. The name. Murli and myself and Sai and all thought we should have a name which is a big across the India. So that's where we said All India, so that we are not losing the focus. We are getting a stronger team in place, putting everything. Otherwise, if you're saying a city-wise, it will dilute itself.
Well, that's also a very bold statement. I mean, I'm an American, so I can imagine I'm going to start all the United States user group.
Okay, I have a point to that.
But it's just very interesting. This is one user group, but there are chapters, right? And so
I will tell about that.
Yeah, and so, but it's like usually you get like a user group from a city or a local region, and they're not necessarily connected to all the other cities in a given country. So how did you guys, you guys basically architected this thing from the very beginning?
So what our concept is, that time it is very new, and we need a passion to do it for the serving the community. And we have chosen a top-down approach rather than the bottom-up approach. So we said, let us start All India User Group. And we registered in Bangalore because that time we registered as a society in Bangalore. So when we did this, 5 of us formed the board of directors. Murli was the founder president. I became the founder vice president. And then Sai has become the director of events. So the director of marketing, we took people and all. So when we started doing it, what is our way of spreading this? And Oracle has helped a lot from the beginning. And initially we don't have the halls and all. So we used to bank on Oracle's conference centers and create some things. So first thing we said, we will have a 2-hour evening programs where we get the speakers and organize a small show. Then we said, let us do a tech day events and across the cities across. Then we said, why don't you have a conference called Sangam, which is a bigger conference. And Sangam, actually, the name behind, the thought process behind Sangam is, there is something called a Triveni Sangam in our, a very holy place where 3 rivers meet there. 3 rivers.
Oh, rivers.
Okay, so we said, okay, Sangam is our name, which is local, and meeting of the minds is our tagline. And that's where we said, we debated, and we had a 2-day conference concept. And we have been doing it from the 2007 onwards till now, very thankfully. And then after a couple of years, we said, because all 5 of us in the board are working for this Sangam and all. Then we said, if we want to grow and do more events and serve the community, let us have the local chapter started. And that's where the concept, the top-down approach, which I was mentioning about, then we started Bangalore chapter, Hyderabad chapter, Chennai chapter, and then we have local evangelists taking care of the local chapters, and we from the board, we travel and help them out. So it is basically a complete, I can say, supply chain to start this entire process. And then we multiplied, and then it helped a lot with this vision, because when you talk about Sangam, it's not the 5 people, there is a 25 or a 30 people, army of people coming and volunteering. We have seen how people are doing this, and that helped us to have the common motive or the entire ground rules to be circulated across India. And we have grown almost like now we have many chapters spanning from North India to the South India, multiple cities, wherever the IT is flourishing. So that's the story behind.
But it's people don't, if you don't travel here, you don't realize the scale of this place. I mean, yes, it's a big group, but it's a gigantic country, and the amount of potential here for this group to grow is still very, very large. I mean, one of the things, Oracle has this ACE program, right? I think there's 25 ACEs here. There's like 400 or so ACEs around the world. There's only 25 in this country. I mean, so there's
I'm the Oracle ACE director. I was, because after joining Oracle, you have to let go that. So I'm an ACE director alumni. Sai is also an ACE director, and then Murali also was an ACE director. So what we did is like we have promoted that. That program has helped us a lot in promoting user groups where their support is phenomenal. The OTN, earlier the OTN we used, Oracle Technology Network, they have helped us a lot in giving us the backbone, giving us the opportunities and all. And then many speakers from here have gone into risen to the ACEs and ACE directors. So it's basically, our thought is to create a platform and give it to the users and make them visible. On the same time, many people from India can't travel to open world. So we need that open world speakers to be here, and that's where OTN helped us a lot to get the ACE directors from US. Oracle has helped us a lot in getting the VPs and EVPs coming here as a keynote and talking. Oracle India also was helping us a lot, where the India MD was like a couple of 3 to 4 Sangams. He was the keynote speakers, the Indian MD, the managing director. Now the people have changed. So those are some of the things, the ecosystem. We have tuned ourselves to the ecosystem and then did a great job. And then this community has helped us a lot, the OTN, and they have been sponsoring us, and this has helped a lot for us to grow the things.
Well, it's a heck of a story. It's a heck of a story of when you come here and you experience the organization, you know, all the volunteers. It's a real community spirit, and you can tell when you're at this event that it's run by the community. I mean, we all go to a lot of conferences around the world. A lot of them are corporate conferences, right? And that has a certain feel, a certain flavor. But a community event has a completely different feel to it.
The main motive behind that is we want to keep our cost low for the end users who are paying from their pocket. So what we did is, like the first Sangam, we went to the event management and they have sent a huge bill of like $20,000 and said, oh, we just started, we don't have money. Then we realized that let us do on our own rather than feeding somebody. And that's where the entire thing started. And thanks to Sai being the backbone for the entire things, right from the website, the speaker coordination, even though he has played multiple roles within, but he has been the backbone for it. And then thanks to him for carrying forward the vision, what we, all of us as a founders, had and taking forward.
Excellent. So we're almost, as I said, we're into day 2 here. How's the event gone for you?
It's good. It's good because earlier each event is a learning for us. So we had this motivation speakers on the second day last. Many people used to miss it, but Sai's innovative idea is to have the motivation speakers in the keynote session, because everybody is united. Nobody just they are fresh. So that's went on very well. So we need to continue to doing that going forward for this kind of. But one request is basically the participation has to increase, because we are a non-profit organization. We don't have a marketing budget or whatever. It's a word of mouth spread. It has to be. And there are a lot many, as you initially said, this can grow bigger because the amount of technology people they're here. But again, I request all the top 4 companies in the India to send their people to us, because it's a value they're going to get. Because I believe in the fact that with this technologies are changing, we should be having a different mindset, which is learn it all mindset than a know it all mindset. That is the key of that. And these conferences will help the users to learn more and be readily available for the future technologies coming.
Well, you've done a great job. Congratulations. And thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. And we'll see you for the rest of the day here. We're going to have lunch and then some tea. And then we'll see you guys back here for some more conversations from Hyderabad. See you later. Bye-bye.